Hey guys, Cartoon Retro Boy here, and I'm here to discuss very specific topic. I want to talk about about the recent games we're having. I want to mostly talk about the Spongebob game, the Cosmic Shake. This game is basically a direct sequel to Battle for Bikini Bottom. And I think it's pretty much better than Battle for Bikini Bottom anyway. So yeah. But before we start the review, I want to give you a thank you to this YouTuber called RarsDX. You guys remember him, right? That guy who reviews SpongeBob games? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Come on, you guys know, right? You guys, if you never checked him out, you should subscribe to him and also I want to show you proof of what he does. He does a lot of SpongeBob videos. He even talked about SpongeBob Battle he might rehydrated 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And I'm gonna say this right now. I really like his review on Battle for Cubone Rehydrated, because that's also my opinion on the game. But I kind of give it a 6 out of 10. I give that game a 7 out of 10 as well. I agree with Riders DX all he said about the video, because if other people would ask me that, I would pretty much agree with Riders DX. This YouTuber I honestly like Riders DX. He's one of he's in my top 5 favorite YouTubers, and he's currently at number 3 right now. Behind and he's right, but he's after Noel Orange and Collins Key. Also, if you guys don't know, he also did a video where he put my second channel, because I have a second channel and it's called Strudeldude's Cool Channel. Strudel Cool Dude Awesome. It's cool channel. That was the other channel, and it's on a different account. Different. It's right here, guys. This is Strudeldude's Cool Channel. This is my YouTube channel, and he uploaded, so I want to give it thanks to that. But for right now, I'm going to talk about SpongeBob the Cosmic Shake. So the game is basically where SpongeBob Patrick meets a mermaid called Cassandra, and that Cassandra gives SpongeBob and Patrick bubble soap, and that they could grant wishes. They use 2 wishes that cause Bikini Bottom to go into disaster, and sends his friends into 7 magical wish worlds. The first one being Wild West Jellyfish Fields, then movie set Downtown Bikini Bottom, then Pirate Goo Lagoon, then Halloween Rock Bottom, then Prehistoric Kelp Forest, then Medieval Sulphur Fields, and then Glove World. And that's basically all 7 worlds in the game. The game is a linear platformer. The gameplay, so that's the plot of the story. But also the end, pretty much they go through the wish worlds. So basically, also the plot also takes place in the wish world. You go rescue the friends, blah blah blah. You get jellies for Cassandra, and blah blah blah. Do the same thing throughout the game, and then at the end of the game, she turns out to be a villain. You have to beat her up. Then she's defeated, and then Patrick accidentally wishes that they could restart the game, restart the adventure again, all over again, and the game ends like that. That's basically the ending, and yeah. You're probably also wondering, what about the sound? So that's basically the plot, but the gameplay is the gameplay is linear, like the SpongeBob movie game, Truth or Square, and Creature from the Krusty Krab. Those games are also linear as well. But I feel like this one is honestly the best linear platforming SpongeBob game of all out of the 4 games right now. It's not. I thought it was gonna be open world like Battle for Bikini Bottom or Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, and also Legend of the Lost Spatula, because those games were also open world, as well. SpongeBob's moveset is basically the same as Battle for Key and Bottom, but he has some other movesets like in other SpongeBob games. He has his body crown pound like in Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, like in the infamous Revenge of the Flying Dutchman game. Don't know what that is? So that's Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, pretty much. If you guys want to pick that out, if you guys like Revenge of the Flying, if some people actually hate this game, and I see why. I thought it was just a mediocre mess, honestly, of a game. I say the same thing with List for Pantas and Yellow Adventure, and versus the big one, Beach Party Cook-Off. These four games are terrible and mediocre, and that's it. But let me just describe the next. So the enemies are pretty much Jelly Bandits, Tartar Jelly, Big Jelly, Jelly Appetizer, Jelly Spooky Jelly, Ninja Jelly, and more. And there's more. I don't know. The ending is also, so yeah, that's pretty much the enemies. But now I want to talk about the music. The soundtrack is basically good. I love the soundtrack so much. This game, I'm going to say this right now, I like the soundtrack of this game. The soundtrack is amazing, and I feel like that it reminds me of vibes from other SpongeBob games. It has a good vibe. The music gives me vibes from Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, Super Sponge, Battle for Key and Bottom, Creature vs. Crab, the movie game, Lights, Camera, Pants, Trooper Square, and basically also Legend of the Lost Spatula. And Atlantis Panthers, obviously, too. And Yellow Adventure, since those games also had soundtracks that were really great. Squiggle Pants as well, and Boating Bash as well. The DS version, at least. You're probably also wondering, what the voice actors. What about the voice actors? Every voice actor is great in this game. And it's really great. Then you're probably also wondering, what about the visuals? The visuals are pretty much a upgrade from Rehydrated. After a game that was just solid, we just got a perfectly best SpongeBob game of all time. How come this game could have been the 2020 release and not Rehydrated? What if the Cosmic Shake released in 2020 instead of Rehydrated, and that maybe we could have got a tying game to the Sponge on a Run movie? To the SpongeBob movie Sponge on a Run. Because then we would have had also two games that were good, actually, and the best ones in the series. Probably better than the Battle for Key Bottom movie game, too. Okay. I think we rambled enough. Let's just move on to the next game, please. So, sorry, not the next game. Next up I want to talk about is the BFF edition. Now, I'm not going to show it, but I can show you at least one thing of the BFF edition. But if you guys really don't, I don't really want to show you guys really all of it, but here's at least the statue, though, at least. You're probably wondering if I also got the Rehydrated ones. Now, I didn't know that Rehydrated had some as well. I may have to get that for my 13th birthday or something. I might have to get the shiny edition for my 13th birthday as well. I might have to get that one. But anyways, the collectibles are the jellies and the doubloons. You're probably wondering, what did the doubloons do? They kind of act like if they were from the golden jelly, like the golden spatulas were from Rehydrated and the original, or they could or they can also act like the tokens. They feel like also tokens from the SpongeBob movie game. They're basically like the tokens from the SpongeBob movie game. From the movie game, yeah, pretty much. And the jellies feel like they're from Creature vs. Crab, where they're like that, sleepy seeds, where you can actually buy stuff with it. And Analyst for Pants is where you buy coins as well. But honestly, I think the collectibles in this game are better than those games when they had that. Revenge of the Flying Dutchman also had doubloons, but I honestly think they were not that much great. So The movement is basically Battle for King Bottom, but actually controls better. And I feel like the playable character was very great in this game. One thing I do feel disappointed of is that how come Sandy could at least, I wish there was like a system or at least a whole, you know what would be nice to have in the game if there was like this this whole this artifact that have this microphone that is this golden microphone that has Sandy talking through it to get through platforming. And maybe have it be magical by helping you on platforms like Patrick does. But that's the only thing. But what about problems? The ending was a little bit rushed, the bosses were too easy, and the Sweet Victory was too hyped, was way too overhyped in that it only played on the credits instead of the final boss. And the game, and also sometimes the game can really has lags. The only version I have the PS4, the Switch, the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, and PC version of this game. But I would honestly say the Xbox One version is my favorite version. But the PS4 is probably my second, and third would be PC, and the fourth would be obviously the Nintendo Switch version. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But at least actually I think the PS4 version is actually probably the worst version because it has some lag sometimes. But anyways, this game is definitely a masterpiece. But so you're probably wondering what's my favorite stages of the game and what's my least favorites. So obviously my favorite stages are Glove World, Jelly Glove World, and so Glove World and Movie Set Downtown Bikini Bottom and Hello, and also Halloween Rock Bottom. But which is the most like ones that I found decent are obviously as Pyragoo Lagoon and in Medieval Sofa Fields. But for my least favorites are Wild West Jellyfish Fields and surprisingly Prehistoric Kelp Forest. These two stages are just not that great stages, are really not that great levels. Wild West Jellyfish Fields felt like repetitive and boring. It felt repetitive to just get pickle juice. But the boss at the end of this level is pretty disappointing. There's not that much happens in the bosses too. It felt like if I was playing Battle for King Bottom with the King Jellyfish boss, where it's just very weak. Same with Pyragoo Lagoon with the prawn boss. There's nothing that happens in the prawn boss. You can't even defeat him. I thought it was gonna be like rehydrated where you can actually defeat the boss, but looks like you can't. Only enemies, and that really sucks. But what about the next up is combat. The combat is it's basically the same as it kind of feels very sometimes complex. And it feels like a complexer version of Battle for King Bottom when it comes to combat. Like it's more like the movie game when it comes to that, and Creature vs. Crab and Trooper Square when it comes to harder levels. Anyways, let's move on to the next let's move on to the next thing. Which version I would probably prefer you play? If you have Xbox One, you play the Xbox One version. If you have a PS4, you can play that one, the last one, because honestly, sometimes the PS4 version runs very slowly. Second, the Nintendo Switch version is very decent, honestly. The PC version is obviously the second best, and that's it. I do wish there was a handheld version, because then we would have had a hand. I wish there was a handheld or more. I wish we had a handheld version, because I said this. I would probably say the same thing with Rehydrated if there was like a 3DS version or a 2DS version, honestly. But that never happened. So yeah, that was disappointing. But overall, I love this game. This is my favorite SpongeBob game, and honestly better than Battle for King Bottom, the original Battle for King Bottom from 2030. I do wish this game. I do wish there was more levels though. There's some few tweaks in there, but overall, this game is the best SpongeBob game in a long time. Also, I'm gonna say this right now, and I hope I don't get too much hate for this, but I do wish, I do wish the BF edition also had some cosmic jelly you can eat. Maybe be like some gummy, gummy jelly candy that you eat. It may have it taste delicious. Man, it could be like purple grape flavor. That would have been great to eat, actually. Delicious. But anyways, and that's it for the video, actually, really. So yeah, that's pretty much the video. But I'm gonna say this right now. Is that if you want to give this game a shot, you should. This is definitely a worthwhile addition. But I also recommend Battle for King Bottom Rehydrated, Battle for King Bottom, the movie game, Lights, Camera, Pants, Trooper Square, Creature Friends Crab, and Squiggle Pants and Boning Bash. I recommend to any SpongeBob fan, and I want you, and also Draw to Life and Underpants Slam, and I'll play them up. But also, I recommend all of these games, and the ones I just mentioned right now. You can play them if you can buy them on eBay, and also this game too. These games are obviously the best. Is one of the best SpongeBob content you can ever have. But I'll warn you, don't play any of the other SpongeBob games that are bad, like Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, Alaska Pants, Yellow Adventure, Planes Robotic Revenge especially, and Hero Pants, the worst SpongeBob game of all time. Hero Pants is the worst SpongeBob game. This is the best SpongeBob game. I promise in the future, if THQ Nordic decides to make the worst SpongeBob game, then I'm gonna literally say that they should have not made the game anyway. Because I hope it's not worse than Hero Pants, honestly. Please tell me it's not. Because if it is, I will literally say to THQ Nordic that they should have not made the game anyway. And I hope that doesn't happen when they make some... And overall, I'll say this game is obviously the best SpongeBob game. So yeah, if you want to see more of... If you want to play this game, play it before... Play Battle for King Bottom. Play the original Battle for King Bottom first. Then play the movie game. Then play Lights, Camera, Pants. Then play Lights, Camera, Pants. Then play Creature vs. Crab. Then play Trooper Square. Then play Drawn to Life. Then play Underpants Slam. Then play Employee of the Month. And then play Rehydrated. And then play the Cosmic Shake. And then play Boning Bash and Squiggle Pants. All these SpongeBob games I just mentioned are the best SpongeBob content, and yeah, I recommend all these games to you, and the Cosmic Shake especially. So yeah, these are great games, and if you're a fan of SpongeBob or not a fan of it, then you should play these games a shot. But overall, oh shoot, I forgot to give my ranking of the game. But I'll say it when this video hits at 19 minutes. So I give the game 10 out of 10, alright? Bye!